We're doing a point. Let me the game. If I did the game. Stipman. Did. No. Yeep. Yeep. What do I do, Ned? Why? It. My name Jeff. 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 Oh, Jeff. Nothing. That's. What? No. Yep. Nope. Wow. Why? Why do you make me die, buddy?
Don't stretch me! Don't stretch me! Don't stretch me!
Okay, die. Oh! Oh, wait. I had to die. Nope. I'm gonna have to. Hold on. No, I'm gonna have to watch a video. Okay, no. I have to wait for it. Yeah. After I'm done playing the game, when I decide when I go on to the bonus time, where I will react to the videos that I've selected. Okay. No. Now for bonus time. Now I need to just go to YouTube. Go to Kabloosh. I will be reacting to
trip is over. Alright, boys, we're one touchdown from winning the game, but we've only got one shot at winning the game, so let's all go out there and get that bread. Billy, stop eating that sandwich.
But it tastes so good.
Well, it's mine now.
Nom.
Alright, Taniko, we're going to throw a long bomb at Steve towards the end zone, and if he screws up, well, then just check the ball towards me. I'll figure something out. Ready? Set? Ooh, a quarter. Hike! Yeah, quarter though. Football has been a pretty interesting part of my life. It's been the one sport that really stuck with me growing up. Now, it may seem ironic considering the title of this video, but let's not get to that part yet. Yep, that's right. The guy who just sits around a computer all day drawing stick figures was once a football boy. Now, I didn't start off playing all the normal fancy-schmancy football stuff. I actually started off playing flag football in the 3rd grade.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, I was 9
I know that. It's when you put some and you have other friends.
years old who couldn't wrestle that one fat kid. It was more like a moving boulders. So just pulling other people's flags was a better option for me. But it did give me a great start on learning what a real football game feels like, which I highly recommend if you're a beginner or just don't want to get hurt. However, it wasn't until the end of 5th grade, 2 years after playing flag football, that I started getting serious about football. So I decided to one-up and play tackle football. Well, actually, my mom was asking me if I wanted to try that out, and I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, that's basically how I got into a real football team. However, I do have some privacy concerns in which people can find out the area I live in just by looking at my football jerseys. So instead, we're going to change the name of my football team to, the Kabloosh Gangsters. And we're going to change the jersey color to yellow. Because, well, it's a color no one can argue about. Really, I'm just doing this so that I can safely show some footage throughout the video. So yeah, I played tackle football for 2 seasons. And spoiler alert, it kind of sucked. Okay, so was it the heavy summer conditioning? Nah, I can handle that stuff. Was it from getting hurt a lot in the games? I already accepted that fact before I joined. Was it because the teammates or coaches were horrible? Nope, in fact, they were some of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
So if none of these are correct, what does that have to do with the title?
Well, let me just bring up a little bit of context for you. So you know how in every sports team that you need to practice a lot and certain skills to, do well in the games? Well, forget all that stuff because almost everything I practiced on is completely useless for the games. The football position that I was assigned was a wide receiver. That one job that mostly involved catching balls at long distances. I know this is just me being all salty, but out of every football game I played, not one single ball was ever thrown to me. And if they did throw it, it would always be thrown to that one star player on the team, or sometimes to other teammates. And because I was never thrown the ball to, I would just have to block, which your boy was terrible at. I mean, I could catch some footballs pretty decently during practices. I don't know. I guess I just really hated going to the games. Now, all the stuff I've said before are stuff people can easily deal with. But there's one really big problem I had to deal with. I got really stressed out every single time I got out in the football field during the games. Sure, people can easily brush that stress off their chest, so why was I so stressed out? Well, let's just say things get more interesting when they point a camera towards you. You see, the coaches would record every move you made in those few seconds, and we all would have to go in a room and watch our every move. That's the kind of stuff that would make me go, well, I should have brought my diapers. It's like your mom recording every moment of you when you were a baby, but she only shows your most embarrassing moments and shoves it in your face all the time. Now, of course, I wasn't like that one stereotypical kid who fails miserably at everything in sports, but I'd mess up at least once from mistakes that don't really affect the play at all, to ones that make me look like I was having a seizure. Like, I was basically the kid the coaches would say, remember boys, work hard or you end up like this freaky deaky dude here. Okay, of course they wouldn't be this harsh, but this is what it felt like in my mind, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, those were probably the worst moments I ever had in sports. Fast forward sometime around November in the 2nd season, and this is where I began to realize this wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. All the things that were happening to me just sucked the interest I had in the sport. I got a position that I never really enjoyed, and I got stressed all the time about messing up. In fact, that was almost all that I cared about. So, why did I keep going? Well, I guess it was just me telling myself over and over, just give yourself another chance. It'll get better eventually throughout the season. It never got better. But I didn't want to quit yet, because, well, I didn't want to upset everyone. Look, you don't just randomly go up to people and just go, whoop, I quit, see you guys later. You just need to find that certain comfort zone where you quit and get what you want, while at the same time you don't hurt anyone's feelings as much as before. However, the only time I found reasonable to tell my parents how I really felt was after the season is over. But I did make a little promise to myself to never play on a football team again, but rather to find a better opportunity for myself. I didn't really consider high school football that much anyways, so it wasn't like a thing that I was going to do forever. And so, I got myself through the rest of the season. Still dealing with you-know-what, but at least I never gave up. But that's not the end of the story, because I'm going to tell you something very interesting that happened at the end of my second year playing. Because the Kabloosh gangsters did so well that we won the freaking championships, there was one more place we had to go to, which was held in, get this, Disney World. And so in December, our team flew all the way to Florida, and I went along with the chaperone and 2 other dudes. The first dude was the chaperone's son who would do the weirdest things he ever could 24/7. And the second dude was an overweight 11-year-old dude, we were all 13 by the way, whose flight to Florida was his first flight ever, crazy right? And he got a call from his parents at a restaurant saying that they're getting a divorce. I didn't make that part up.
Oh my god.
But let's just tuck away all that Disney stuff for now and just focus on the football games. So after a few practices here and there, we head off to our first game. Long story short, we lost our first game. Now, we weren't entirely done yet because the last thing we had to do was to play a secondary game with a team right around our region. And, we lost that one too. But that was it. The last football game I played was finally over, and thus, I was finally free. Alright, aside from all the football stuff, I had an absolute blast just from being able to hang out with these guys and going on all the rides. Even the football games I played were still very interesting experiences I've had. And to this day, it's still one of, if not the best trip I've ever been in my entire life. And all that stress I dealt with throughout the entire week still made everything completely worth it. So after the week of our trip is over, we all head home, say our goodbyes as we get picked up by our parents at the airport, and I just disappeared completely from my football life. And that's where the chapter of my life ends. Okay, this is getting a little bit too sad right here. So it's been over 3 years since it all ended. I'm glad that I now focus on other sports that, I actually enjoy. So was my football journey a complete waste of time? No, surprisingly. Ironically, those bad moments I dealt with became an experience that, well, I'll never forget to appreciate. So what did I learn while I played football? Well, in the end, the one thing I've learned that I'll never forget is football sucks! Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Before I go, I have a few things I'd like to point out. This video took nearly half a year to put out, and the reason was, well, it's a long story. Also, don't mind the voice, I'm kind of sick right now. Yeah, I know you guys think this video was unoriginal with the whole complaining about sports topic, which it isn't. But hey, if there's one important lesson that I need to say, it would be to just follow your heart. So don't be afraid to make a change out of tough situations you're facing. Anyways, there were lots of revisions and me cutting details out that were mostly unnecessary to point out. Yeah, originally there were a lot more to the story than the way I explained it. And if you're wondering why some parts might not be explained clearly or why my voice sounds weird from all the recordings I did at different times, well, there you go. Also, since summer vacation is coming up very soon, I'll be able to have much more free time to not only make videos, but to work on improving my art offsite at YouTube. Very exciting stuff. If you're looking forward to seeing what I make in the future, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can go follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter, where I post some art and other doodles that I make.
Bye. Bye. See you later. Peace. Whatever.